Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rune Snow. Today we're going to be exploring Magic the Gathering top 10 hidden cards. So now, at number 10. Well, we're going to start off with Hidden Path from the Dark. It's a rare going for a whopping $20.63 on the market. So we're starting high. Well, this card is really expensive because it's from the Dark, but it does cost 2 colors and 4 forest. All green creatures gain forest. The reason at number 10 is, well, it's a really cool card, and especially back in the day. But if no one's playing Forest, this card is completely useless. And for 6 mana, it's very expensive to play. I don't know get why it's $20 and then it being from the dark. So let's move on to number 9. Next we have is Hidden Spire from Urza Sega. It's a common just going for a whopping 23 cents on the market. Total 180 from the last card. So Hidden Spire only costs 1 mana for this enchantment, but it does have when your opponents cast a creature with flying, which can be very rare circumstances, it becomes a 3/5 that can block creatures with flying. It counts as a Spire. So first turn they don't want to play that flying creature, so they don't give you that 3/5. But as a reason why it's at number 9 compared to other enchantments you will see later on the list is the flying factor, where most commonly it will not be played. And now at number 8, we have Hidden Dragon Slayer from Dragons of Tarkir. It's a rare going that's it, 24 cents. Costs 2 mana for this 2/1. It has lifelink, so that's one reason why it's at number 8 is because of that ability alone. And has Megamorph, is that you may cast this card face down with a 2/2 for 3 colors, turn it face up, and it gets +1/+1 card, so who cares? I'm glad they got rid of this ability so far, and hopefully they don't bring it back. But when it's turned face down up, destroy target creature with the power of 4 or greater controls. By that point, when you pay all that mana, it should be able to destroy a creature if they are playing a creature deck. Again, that's a whole side thing. Who knows if they're playing creatures or not. But that's why it's at number 8, because it does have this nice lifelink ability on top of that. So let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we have Hidden Predators from Urza Sega. It's another rare with 32 cents on the market on the average price for this card. So Urza Sega does tend to do these enchantment cards. Back in the day, this was really cool, but nowadays, I don't think anyone would want to do that. But this one says, if opponents controls a creature with power 4 or greater, it becomes a 4/4 creature that counts as a beast. No haste, trample, or anything. But for 1 mana, I think this is a pretty good deal considering you're just hoping that an opponent plays 4 or more. That's the reason why it's at number 7. So let's move on to number 6. That's right, we got another one, Hidden Stake from Urza Sega. It's a rare going for just 30 cents on the market. Cost 2 mana for this one. This one's kind of like a flippy floppy card, so whenever opponent plays a land, which is almost impossible that the opponent won't, it becomes a 3/2 creature that counts as a beast. If you play a land and it is creature, it becomes an enchantment. So it kind of goes, like I said, flippy floppy as I just said. But for a 3/2, that's actually not too bad. But considering you can do many more things with that, this is why it's at number 6. So let's move halfway down our list to number 5. That's right, I keep saying that. Hidden Gibbons from Urza's Legacy. It's a rare going for 67 cents on the market. And this one casting enchantment from green as well, from the Urza series. Whenever opponent successfully casts an instant or interrupt spell, and interrupts don't exist anymore, it becomes a 4/4 creature that counts as an ape. So that is absolutely stops blue in their tracks. If you're playing blue, this card should be in your deck 100% because there's no way you can get a 4/4. Again, they can bounce it. But for 1 mana, this is very effective. But again, if a person's playing a creature deck, this is useless. But that's why it's halfway down our list, because I think this is more successful than most of the Urza enchantments. So let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have Hidden Herd from Urza Sega, a rare going for a whopping 51 cents on the market, even though the Hidden Herd does look like squirrels in the picture. But whenever your opponent plays a non-basic land, which is very, very common for this 1 mana, it becomes a 3/3 creature that counts as a beast. So this is very effective, as most people do play non-basic lands. This is at number 4, because this is one of the most effective ones, as I just said from the previous enchantment card, but this one's even more effective. So let's move on to number 3. All right, so we are going to break out of this loop, and there's no Urza Sega enchantment. This one is Cathis, the Hidden Hand. It is from Core Set 2020, being a mythic with an average price of 162, and this card can be very effective if you know how to do the right combo. for 3 colors, so white, black, and green. It's a 3/4, so that's pretty good just for 3 mana for a 3/4. Legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard until end of turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard. And I can already see a good combo with it. That's why it's at number 3, is because if you add this with the card that legend rule does not apply, and you have, say, 4 Kethis in play, because the legend rule does not apply, and all those legendary cards that you have in your deck cost 1 less to cast, making you just keep pumping those legend cards out. I can see this card being very powerful if you can do the combo with it. So let's move on to number 2. And at number 2, we have Rune of the Hidden Realm from various sets, being rare or mythic depending on the set, with an average price of $1.62 on the market. And this one is just plain up annoying and cool and fun. Definitely not very powerful, as most of these hidden cards are not powerful at all. 2 and 3 mana for a 4/4, has vigilance and trample, but it has 2. Pay exile another target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next unstep. So it does have that very cool ability, but again, 5 mana for the 4/4 vigilance trample. I guess that's too bad, especially with the ability, because it does have paying 2 colors to tap it. It depends on how you want to do it, because the resurrection cards, which are black, typically, is not part of his color combination. So it depends on how you want to do that. So let's just move on to the best card at number 1. So with me blabbling on about other cards, we have Urobras the Hidden from various sets, being mythic with an average price of $3.56 on the market. And this one is actually very effective in decks, and it is a playable card, unlike other hidden cards. This one is the best Praetor card too, I think. 5 mana for a 4/4. Creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. That's annoying, and as you guys already know, I am a big fan of haste, so this is the reason why I like this card so much. Very playable. Best hidden card there is in the top 10. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening. And there's more videos like, there's more on my channel. Again, have a good day and a good evening.